Okay. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. What is going on with this? Okay. That is okay. That's good now. Cool. Wondering, first of all, how is the audio? 1, 2. StreamYards, I swear the quality is not as good as in OBS. I swear. I don't care what anyone says. Testing, testing, testing. Hello, hello, hello. How's the audio? How's the sound? How's the visuals? Let me know in the chat, please. Stream elements. Let's pull up stream elements over here. Actually, I can't because I'm not. Okay, does not do that. Never mind. Why does everyone want Liv to win the Royal Rumble so badly? So here's the thing. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Why do everyone want Liv to win the Royal Rumble so badly? See, there's a thing called fandom. And she has a strong one online, and they have an agenda to push. And because her online fan base is so strong, they tend to overwhelm the internet. So it seems like everyone wants her to win, when really just a small group of very passionate individuals on Twitter. Twitter is not real life, so the average WWE fan does not want Liv to win, but it seemed that way because of the power of social media. But that's the reason why it seems that way. Dude, Liv is winning. Why do you say that? Why do you say that? I swear I need to pull up some of you guys' tweets sometimes. Is to call out some of you guys' nonsense. Nothing. We're sats. But yeah, that's why so many people want Liv Morgan to win. What else you got? Audio is good. Yeah, so this is a straight up test. Spirit of the moment. I was not planning to do this whatsoever. Liv is really talented, and I support her. They are planning the high profile program for her. Is that so? Okay, seriously, here's the thing. I like Liv Morgan too. I don't want people to think I don't like Liv Morgan. I like Liv Morgan. The problem is, I don't think Triple H likes Liv Morgan that much. So, you have to convince me, based on what you've seen from Triple H, what exactly do you think is going to happen here? History tells us that, especially when that Liv Morgan Ronda Rousey feud, history tells us that Triple H does not see her that strong, and he's not going to book her that strong anyway. So I think it's wishful thinking to believe that Liv Morgan is going to win the Royal Rumble or, accomplish some big. Who is texting me right now? What's going on here? I like Liv Morgan, but I don't think it's going to happen. She's not winning the Rumble. She's not facing Rhea Ripley. I don't know what to tell some of you guys. I really don't. High profile program doesn't mean Liv is winning the Royal Rumble. High profile. You know what could be a high profile program for Liv Morgan? Losing at the Royal Rumble or losing at Elimination Chamber. That's where I see Liv Morgan. Those are the spots for Liv Morgan. Loss at Royal Rumble or loss at Elimination Chamber. She'll look good. She'll have a few spots, but this Rhea Ripley train is going all the way to Mania to face Becky Lynch. We all know. These fans have to be delusional. Liv is not a good wrestler. Okay, so here's the thing. I think Liv Morgan is a solid wrestler. She's very likable. She's very relatable, and people want to root for her. Until she faces Ronda Rousey and she got booed because of bad booking. But yes, she's a very popular individual. But yes, her in-ring is fine. it just isn't good enough. Good enough, or you're gonna have a hard time convincing me that she's gonna be able to take down Rhea Ripley the way Rhea Ripley is booked. Rhea Ripley is booked like a monster. So you're gonna need someone that is of that level on the babyface side to even stand a chance, especially when it comes to a clean victory. Because babyfaces don't cheat, right? So whoever's gonna beat Rhea Ripley clean has to be somebody who has to be Bianca Belair or Becky Lynch, someone who's booked strong as a babyface and who is believable. And those are your only two options, honestly. Ronda screwed her. Mate, it's Ronda. Why? What did y'all expect? If he didn't book her to beat Ronda, yeah, it's gonna be rough. Rhea Ripley is Triple H's daughter. Okay, Triple H's daughter. Triple H said that Rhea Ripley is on Roman Reigns' level. I want you guys to think about that and let it sink in. He said that Rhea Ripley is on Roman Reigns' level. Now, does that sound like Liv Morgan is going to be toppling that tower anytime soon? Does it sound like Liv Morgan is going to be conquering that? I don't think so. If he's going as far as to say that Rhea Ripley is on Roman Reigns' level, that just shows you how he sees her. He sees her as a long-reigning, dominant champion, and I don't even think Becky can do it. People talking about Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan sure as hell is not going to get that opportunity. Becky Lynch is going to lose. She's going to win at Mania, and I believe the only hope, because people who hate her reign, I don't love her. I don't like her title reign either. The only hope is someone like a Bianca Belair who's booked strong as fuck, or strong as hell, excuse my language, that can take her down. That's all. Becky can definitely beat Rhea. She can. She's booked strong enough as a babyface. Unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on who you are, I think Rhea Ripley is getting the four horsewoman. How do I say this? Rhea Ripley is getting she's getting the opportunity to take on four horsewomen and take them out at Mania. She already beat Charlotte clean. She beat Charlotte clean, and now she's going to beat Becky clean also. I think this whole year has been about elevating Rhea. That's all Triple H's been doing, elevating Rhea. That's all he's doing every time. When they had the opportunity to put Rhea Ripley against Bianca Belair, what did he do? Kept them separated because he did not want Rhea Ripley to lose Bianca Belair because he's all about elevating Rhea. I want to take on Charlotte. I want to be a star. Okay, she beat Charlotte Flair. Now this whole run, putting her up against men, face off against men. She's dominating all these women. She's not losing. No one's really even been competitive, really. You can say Raquel has had some moments of, the booking between her and Raquel has seemed kind of equal a little bit, but she beat Raquel. She won the 5-way. She's beating everyone they put in front of her and is going to continue. Triple H is not going to book that woman to lose her first title defense. I don't believe it. I'll believe it when I see it. But Rhea Ripley is not losing that. She's going to defend it. Rhea Ripley is Triple H's daughter. Just think about that for a second. Rhea Ripley, he loves that woman. Rhea Ripley is beating Becky Lynch at Mania. She's going to retain. She's going to have 2 wins at Mania against 4 horsewomen. 4 horsewomen. That's what's going to happen. Prepare yourself. Prepare yourselves. Here's the thing. Becky Lynch is my favorite wrestler. He's the GOAT. Okay. Biggest star also for the guy who said Liv is like, because she's hot, live forever. Doc. Oh, for that Live Forever document. Doc. I never actually watched that thing, but I heard that's when everyone fell in love with Liv Morgan. What will Bianca Belair do at Mania? Um, Bianca is screwed, unfortunately. But Rhea has a bad knee. She might want to drop the belt and take time off. Her knee is fine. Trust me. That knee situation has been overstated like crazy. She's fine. What will Bianca do at Mania? Bianca was going to face Charlotte. I'm convinced. Now she's kind of screwed. Last year she's supposed to face Charlotte. Ronda said, "I want to take time off." She said, "Okay, we'll put the belt on Charlotte." Then Rhea challenged Charlotte instead of Bianca. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Triple H knew damn well that people wanted to see Rhea versus Bianca. Rhea was on Raw the entire time. And what did he do? He kept them separate. Both of them on Raw. They never touch each other. They never talk to each other because he is saving Rhea Bianca for a big time feud, a big time moment. He's keeping them separate. So she goes after Charlotte. Bianca had to find a dance partner. Oh, bring in Asuka. You know, she's reliable. She's a former champion. She's good in the ring. She's you know, we can counter her. So they brought in Asuka. Asuka versus Bianca. Now a similar situation. Charlotte, but a different way. Last time it was because Ronda wanted to take time off. This time Charlotte's injured. So now they have to scramble to find another opponent for Bianca. It sucks for Bianca as well. I have to say. These last two Manias, it's really it sucked for her because she's supposed to face Charlotte twice, and for two different reasons, something has happened. Look at this. Look at this. Using Liv Morgan thumbnail because she gets your channel most views. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I was thinking about who to use for this little stream thing, this little experiment I'm doing here. I chose Liv Morgan because Liv Morgan has a army online. I'm not gonna lie. That's why I did it. I've been I've been had lemon mist. What lemon mint? Live lemon mint. Charlotte is overhated. You are correct. Now, if you want to know why she's overhated, it stems from her time feuding against Becky Lynch. And at some point it became very what's the word I want to use? Becky Lynch was seen as the good guy in the whole real life confrontation, the real life feud. So it became easy to then pile on Charlotte because Becky Lynch was seen as, oh, she's the, you know, the nice, awesome, cool wrestler who's very relatable, who was like, you know, underdog story. Whereas Charlotte was, you know, she's a flair. She's a flair. So once it became clear that, oh, Becky is in the right, when this whole little friendship back and forth, a little dispute between the two, it became clear to the fandom that Becky was in the right. And so it became easy to then hate on Charlotte because of that. So it kind of stemmed from the whole Becky Charlotte situation. Now that Charlotte and Becky are now friends again, you will notice that the level of hate will decrease. She's still gonna have haters, but you'll notice that now that the Becky Lynch fans are good with Charlotte, you won't see as much toxicity towards Charlotte going forward. You should if WWE should make a mid-card women's title. I have no. I still don't know where I stand on that question. That's an interesting one. It could go either way on that. They could use the NXT title as a kind of a de facto mid card if they wanted to, kind of similar to what Becky Lynch did with the NXT title. But a full on, it's going to be tough. Women are having a hard time. It means fine, but they're having a hard time getting on TV as it is. Giving them another title, I don't know. I'm on the fence on that one, unfortunately. Here's my friend. Trending Expressway. Here's a question. I want to make sure I know who this person. I think I know who this person is on I think I know who this person is on Twitter, but I'm not sure. If we're keeping it 100, the main reason she gets hate is because they threw title on her over and over, no matter the story they were telling. It's not just Becky, but Sasha and Asuka too. Yeah, but I think it hit a crescendo, is the word I'm looking for, with the Becky stuff. But yeah, I mean, yes, it's Toss. I knew it. How you doing? I knew it was you. I knew it. So there was a take. Matter of fact, let me pull up this take. There was a take on Twitter that was it's about Tiffany Stratton. I forgot what it was. Like, I'm not going to find it. But basically this person said that I suggested that that Bianca could face Tiffany Stratton at Mania. No, it's a last minute thing, kind of. Not really last minute, but she needs an opponent. They're high on Tiffany. They can put Tiffany in that spot. Bianca Belair can win the match. Tiffany looks great. They both look great. You highlight Tiffany Stratton. Bianca gets a match, and we're all good. And then someone said that we can't have Tiffany lose to Bianca at Mania because that would halt her momentum. Matter of fact, let me give this person. I'm gonna find that thing. I'm gonna find that freaking tweet. I'm gonna give this guy the respect he or she the respect they deserve before I rip them on live stream. Where is that tweet? Come on. Where are you? Come on. Am I going to find it? I already skipped it and I didn't even notice it. Well, anyway. Oh, here it is. Sleeper Velociraptor? Velociraptor, okay. Sleeping Velociraptor, there you go. Oh, come on. That would actually kill Tiff's momentum. Don't just feed her to Bianca like that. Now I tweeted, you have to be kidding me. Think about what you just tweeted. Okay. So, I just realized I'm not even sharing my screen right now. Here we go. So, the IWC can say some crazy stuff sometimes. All right. So, we can't have Tiffany Stratton lose to Bianca because it will halt her momentum, right? That's what he said. He or she said. Now, let's think about this for a second. Tiffany Stratton is an NXT superstar. She just lost the Iron Survivor Challenge, a match where she was pinned multiple times, and in fact, she was stacked by Last Legend. Tiffany Stratton is currently feuding with Fallon Henley. What momentum? What fucking momentum are you talking about? This is Mania. Any match where you're losing to Bianca at Mania is, if you're an NXT superstar, is going to elevate your career. It's going to elevate your brand. It's going to elevate your status within the WWE universe. This notion that she has some type of momentum, she doesn't have no momentum right now. She's freaking feuding with Fallon Henley. She got stacked at the Iron Survivor Challenge, and you're complaining about losing to Bianca Belair at Mania? Go ask Tiffany Stratton. Hey, Tiffany, do you want to have a match against Bianca Belair at Mania? Or do you want to have a match that's stand to deliver against Lyra Valkyria? She'll look at you like you're stupid. Yeah, give me the Mania match. I don't care if I'm losing. It's a freak. I'm an NXT superstar, and I get to face Bianca at Mania. This is run off the names of people that face Bianca at Mania, shall we? Sasha Banks, Becky Lynch, Asuka. I'm going to say that again. Sasha Banks, Becky Lynch, Asuka. You think Tiffany is going to complain? You think Tiffany is going to be hurt by being part of that company? It's ridiculous. So these are the type of takes. No offense, but these are the type of takes that I just laugh my ass off at. Like, really? Halt her momentum? Come on now. She has no momentum right now. Correct. She is feuding with Fallon Henley. No disrespect to Fallon Henley. She's a great talent. She's a great young talent. But there's no momentum going on here. She's an NXT superstar. What are we talking about? Momentum. Correct. Working with Bianca at Mania elevates her whether she wins or loses. Correct. Exactly. And she would know that. So when I say Bianca versus Tiffany Stratton, I mean, it's a match. Either that or Nia Jax. If you want to keep it one-on-one, let's say the goal here is to keep the Mania matches as untouched as possible. So what I mean by that is, if the plan was to do Rhea versus Becky, keep that intact. If the plan is to do Iyo versus Bayley, keep that intact. So then, if the plan was to do Bianca versus Charlotte, then you have to swap Charlotte out for one person and try to keep the changes down to a minimum. So in order to do that, you just have to put someone in that spot. Nia Jax or Tiffany Stratton, or I don't like the idea for Sasha, because I just don't like that idea, because Sasha's going to lose her first Mania match back because Bianca's streak has to continue. So yeah, Nia Jax steps in. Tiffany Stratton steps in. I don't know who else we want in that spot one-on-one. But if you're trying to keep the Mania changes as small as possible, yes, put one person in. One person got to step in for Charlotte. Yeah, the whole thing's unfortunate, really. It really is. Bianca versus Nia Jax is a match because it's something that if Bianca can pull off the KOD, then it's going to be a good moment for her, you know? That's all. I mean, it's all about finding stuff to do for, like, figuring out stuff to do for Bianca. That's all. I mean, I don't even know who else is there? I think Sasha is going to be involved with the damage control storyline. I think Bayley's going to wrap it with Iyo, you know. Rhea's got Becky. Not going to do Bianca versus Liv. No offense. You're not going to do Bianca versus Shayna Baszler. You're not going to do Bianca versus Zoe Stark. You're not going to do Bianca versus Trish Stratus. You're not doing that. It's going to be a night. If we're doing one-on-one matches, Raquel. Now, that's an interesting point. Okay. So if you're going to do Raquel, let's say we're doing Raquel, right? Ren brings up Raquel. Raquel would have to turn heel sooner rather than later. And then Raquel being on Raw, well, Nia Jax is on Raw as well. That's why I say that whatever feud that's going to happen with Bianca, if it's non-title, it has to take place in the Rumble. If you know what I mean. Like, the altercation, the feud has to start there, because Nia's on Raw, Tiffany's on NXT, and Raquel's on Raw. So this feud would have to start there, and then, like, let's say Bianca eliminates Raquel. Let's use Raquel as an example. Let's say Bianca eliminates Raquel, then Raquel turns heel and then pulls Bianca by her braid out of the off the apron, and she eliminates Bianca like from the outside, almost like in a dirty way, right? And that's the start of the program. You can do that, right? That's could be the start of the program. But it would have to be the Rumble. Whoever it is, it has to be the Rumble. You can do the same thing with Nia Jax. Bianca eliminates Nia Jax. Nia Jax gets mad, and she pulls Bianca down from the outside, eliminate Bianca, and that's the start of the feud there. Anything else is going to be weird, because on SmackDown, let's keep Bianca and Damage Control away from each other, all right? Let's do that. Damage Control, Bianca, keeping them away from each other. WWE, NXT, and main roster are different. Tiffany will not be a big star. Trust me. That we disagree. From the second I saw Tiffany Stratton, I knew she would be a star. And I'm talking about from the second. I'm talking about the first time she stepped in the ring, back before the boob job, before people liked her, when she was green. I said this girl is going to be a star. I can find the tweet. I said Tiffany Stratton is going to be a star. And that was a year and a half ago. And now look at where she is. Look where she's at. I think Tiffany is going to be a massive star on the main roster. I really do. Massive star. Let's see. Is it too soon for Bianca Jade? I'm glad you asked that question, Richard. It's so soon. It's like super soon. It's like the most soon it's ever could be. Like it's so far away. It's so far away. Triple H, when you have the head of creative come out on TV, the head of creative say, you're limited, in front of a live camera, on a live mic, this man said with a straight face, Jade Cargill is limited. When someone does that, he's doing it because it's obvious, it's clear, and that person is not ready. Bianca Belair has a reputation of putting on bangers at Mania. Look at the women she faced. Sasha, Asuka, Becky. This isn't a time to hold someone's hand through a match. This isn't a time to, this isn't a time to like try to hide someone's weaknesses. When you book a Mania match, the two have to be able to go. And the last thing you want to do is have Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill in the ring, having two women who are constantly compared to each other, step in the ring together, and then have Jade be compared to Bianca. Oh, look at Bianca, how fast she's moving. Look at how Bianca's slowing down for Jade. Bianca's better. It's not a good look. Jade needs to face someone. If you're going to do a match where Jade was going to be at Mania, it would have to be someone against, it had to be like a Sasha Banks. Sasha Banks is experienced as hell, and she's small enough that Jade can do all her power moves, and she sell like hell. If you put Bianca versus Jade in the Mania match this year, Jade is going to get exposed. The match will not be as good, and the talk will be, "Oh, look, that's the better athletic black woman. That's the one." It's not a good look. It's not a good look. That feud is going down the line. I mean, 43, WrestleMania 43. That's down the line. That is down the line. But yeah, but even her mother did pass away. But even if she didn't, it's just not a good look. Jade is not ready for Raw. Like Tiffany Stratton is better equipped for Mania than Jade is, and that makes sense because Tiffany's been in the WWE system for a while now. She's had matches against Becky Lynch and performed well. If you had to pick between Jade and Tiffany, you go with Tiffany. Jade has to wait. She has to wait. She'd be lucky if she gets a Mania match, honestly. There's a lot of people saying, well, who's Jade going to face? I don't know. Maybe no one. They're not trying to rush her, and I don't blame them. If the first thing you see from Jade is a so-so match at Mania, that could color her rest of her career. You have to hold off until she's ready. Now, do I think she should be in the Rumble? Yes, she can have a Rumble appearance. You can hide. Nia Jax went crazy in the Rumble once. You can have her go out there and go crazy and eliminate people, but ultimately she can't win. So I would start the Rumble with Jade. That's what I would do. I would start the Rumble with Jade. Do something similar to what they did with Brock Lesnar a few years ago, where she's just eliminating people. The first 7 people she just eliminates. And then some of the bigger girls come in, some of the bigger names, and ultimately she gets eliminated. But you have her have a good run at the beginning. That way people aren't expecting her to win later on. Have her start the Rumble and then go from there. That's what I would do for Jade Cargill. Cora is better than Tiffany. I disagree. But I respect your opinion, Barry Allen. But I disagree. I don't think Cora Jade is better than Tiffany Stratton. I do not. Becky versus Rhea at Mania? Or Liv because of their history? Well, Richard, I guess you don't follow me on Twitter because I am full on no Liv Morgan versus Rhea at Mania. It's got to be, based on what we've seen so far, it's got to be Becky versus Rhea. And Liv, she can get a Rumble, she can get an Elimination Chamber match, but not a Mania match. It has to be Becky. It's not even it has to be. It's obvious. It's going to be Becky versus Rhea. That's what it's going to be. They're keeping them apart the whole entire time. Now Becky has Nia feud. Rhea has the Ivy Nile feud. And then those two come together and they'll face each other at the Mania. I'm guessing Rhea will face Liv at Rumble, maybe, or Elimination Chamber. Becky will win the Elimination Chamber match, I think, because she's never been in that match. So why have her win the Rumble if she never even competed in an Elimination Chamber match? That'd be something new for her, a new challenge. So she can do that, and she'll win that, and she'll challenge Rhea Ripley. The winner of the Rumble will face Iyo Sky. But there's like, I want to say like maybe a 1% chance, that's me nice, that Liv Morgan will face Rhea. I did a whole video on their history. Liv Morgan fans weren't too happy about that. I think their history is overstated. I think their history is not that big a deal, honestly. Why is Mercedes? What's up with? Why do you say Mercedes for? The IWC says some. What are they talking about here? What happened? Nothing. They're just being weird. I don't know why this guy said Mercedes. Oh wait. On Fightful Select today, I'll report what we've heard about Mercedes Moné, WWE, AW, and New Japan, and correct a lot of incorrect reports and outright lies about the situation. $5 a month. All right, somebody go cough up the $5 and tell me what Sean Ross Sapp had to say about Mercedes. All right, go cough up the money. Apparently, it's the best $5 in the business. That's what he says. So someone can tell me what he has to say about Mercedes. People who call the WWE the Fed, I have a problem with. Bailey for the Rumble win? Probably. Is she the one signing? Is she the one TNA signing? Is signing? Oh, I didn't know there was a TNA. It's interesting that Sean Ross had been put TNA in here, but I didn't know she was the rumored signing for TNA. I did not know that. I would be shocked, I would be shocked if they both, Trinity and Mercedes both ended up in there. I would be shocked about that, honestly. I think she's going back to the WWE, but we'll see. This one right here, Julia, this is the one I'm excited about. She got a very good English promo. We're hopefully we'll get Julia in the WWE early next year, but we'll see. I wonder how the audio works. So I'm experimenting with this. Let's see if this. I don't think you guys will be able to hear this.
To America.
You hear it because it's picking up on the mic, but I don't think you hear it on the screen.
To America.
Julia to WWE confirmed by me, so it's going to happen for sure. Bailey wins if Iyo retains. Bailey wins if Iyo retains. What do you mean Bailey wins if Iyo retains? Bailey wins a Rumble if Iyo retains? What do you mean? I'm confused by that one. I think Sasha Banks is going back to the WWE. I agree with you. I think TNA signs Dolph Ziggler, maybe. What is this? You're live. Okay, that's what that is. Okay, let me read some of your hot takes that I've seen over the last few weeks that I didn't say anything to. WWE definitely used her to get Dom and JD over. They kind of had to sacrifice her own title reign. So I have a problem with this type of take here. For the record, I don't think. I have a quick question for you guys. Let me hide this. Let me hide this. Let me make this a little bigger. No, wait, let me see. Yeah, I can make this bigger. Here we go. The person said WWE definitely used her to get Dom and JD over. They kind of had to sacrifice her own title reign. Here's the question, guys. The nickname Mommy, where does that come from? Do you guys remember? Mommy? Where did that come from? Do you know? Think about it. I'll let you guys guess. Where did Mommy come from? That nickname. Did it come from Out of the Sky? Did it come from her interest music? Did it come from her goth makeup? Did it come from her star power or her aura? No. The nickname or name Mommy came from her relationship with Dom. This notion that Rhea Ripley put Dom over, I think is ridiculous. I think they have both benefited from each other. If not, Rhea Ripley has benefited more from the relationship, in my opinion. Because when you have Dom gets so much heat, and he stands next to Rhea Ripley, and as a way to mock him, they're like, oh, we want Rhea. It all comes in together. This notion that Dom was made by Rhea or Dom needed Rhea, I think it's ridiculous. They both use each other. Both of them got over with each other. I think Dom is very much responsible for the rise of Rhea Ripley, her mommy, the mommy nickname, the dynamic together. All of that comes into play, and they both benefited from each other. I don't like when they say stuff like, "Oh, Dom." Now JD, I don't think JD. We can remove JD completely, but as far as Dom goes, they both use each other. He had heat before Rhea Ripley. He had heat before they started dating, before they started having all these long storylines together. She benefited from Dom just as much as he did benefit from her, honestly. Great. Yes, I agree. I agree with this. Chemistry got them both over. Hot take: Dom is the most over person in the entire group besides Rhea. Agreed. I think Dom, especially with the crowd, yes, he's over as a heel, and I think if we were to split Dom from Rhea, they would both suffer. Both of them together are money. You take Dom away, then Rhea's just like. It's fun to boo Dom, especially when he's with Rhea. But once you split them away, once you split them, then it's going to be a little bit less for both of them, really. But I think Dom can maintain his heat away from Rhea, whereas Rhea without Dom is just a baby face, basically, because people like her. So she's so likable. Her being with Dom gives her that heel element. You're like, oh, you want to root for her. You like the way she looks. You like her aggressiveness. You like her demeanor. But she has Dom on her arm. She's like, oh, but boo you for liking Dom. She has a good thing going. Take Dom away from her, it's not as cool of a gimmick she has going, honestly. And the mommy name kind of has to stop using it when Dom is gone. Mommy came with Dom. You know, it's the whole thing. She's a babyface. When I say she's a babyface, I mean she's not written as babyface. She's a heel. But there is a saying in wrestling that if you're cheering for someone, no matter what, they're a babyface. I don't necessarily agree with that, but they say if you're cheering for a heel, then the heel is a babyface. I forgot who said that. I don't remember who said that. I heard that somewhere. Like, it doesn't matter if the person is a heel or not. If you're cheering for them, they're a babyface. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that. I have to think about that, honestly. I don't know if I agree with that, but what am I doing right now? I'm just clicking on random shit. Something's gonna come up. I don't want to come up if I keep messing around. How did Jonathan Majors get on here? Jonathan Majors has been found guilty of assault in the third degree and guilty of harassment. Uh-oh. That's nothing to do with wrestling. Is that true? Well, that sucked for him. Wow. Okay, but that's irrelevant. That is irrelevant. Rhea is like heel Asuka. That saying is objectively wrong then. Roman is a massive heel, but a lot of people love him. You love to hate him. But yeah, I see what you mean. Roman's definitely a heel. But the crowd overwhelmingly, if I can speak, boos him. Rhea is an interesting situation because I remember when Becky was a heel and she was getting a face reaction for a while, but ultimately Bianca got the crowd on her side, and Becky ended up getting booed over time. But you're talking to somebody who doesn't care about crowd reaction. Like I always say, the crowd can react how they want to react. They're paying customers. They can react. They can boo who they want to boo. They can cheer who they want to cheer. As long as the story is good, as long as the story makes sense, I don't care how the crowd reacts. But a lot of people do. It's very much a talking point online. But I don't really care. I don't really care who gets booed or gets cheered. Just tell a good story. If the story is good, the crowd will react in a positive way. No matter they're booing the babyface or cheering the babyface, just tell a good story. I don't care. I think it's going to take Becky or Bianca to get Rhea booed. Correct. Agreed. I will never doubt Bianca Belair ever again. Not that I ever did, but there was this thought that when Bianca started feuding with Becky Lynch, you have to turn Bianca heel because the fans will not boo Becky. And what happened? Madison Square Garden, Bianca Belair went out there, cut a promo. Becky came out there and she got booed out the building, which is supposed to happen because she's a heel. And she cut the whole promo and she said, I was sitting at home listening to people say we want Becky, She did a whole thing about, I left my baby girl at home to be with you people, So that worked well because Bianca is very likable. She's a very likable baby face. When the triple threat happened at SummerSlam between Bianca, Asuka, and Charlotte, when Bianca was on the rise, when she was gaining momentum in the match, the crowd came alive because she's a very likable baby face. She's natural babyface. They want to cheer for her. When she steps up across, there's people online saying that, no one's going to boo Rhea Ripley. You're crazy. They'll boo Rhea Ripley for Becky, and they will boo Rhea Ripley for Bianca Belair. Now, it may be a split crowd like it was for Bianca or Becky, but that's fine. That's great atmosphere. Go watch, what was? I think it was Extreme Rules. Bianca Belair versus Becky Lynch. Go watch that match. Let me see if I can actually I won't be able to find it. Bianca Belair versus Becky Lynch. Extreme Rules. Here it is. Let's remove this. Go watch this. What is going on? Present screen share. Here we go. Share. Go watch this match. The crowd was split down the middle. Let's go Becky EST. Let's go Becky EST. It was awesome. It was loud and it was awesome because they had two over people. One who people like, who's a heel, and another person that people like, who's a babyface. This will be the same situation potentially with Rhea Becky or Rhea Bianca. And it makes for an awesome atmosphere. It really does. But yeah, this was a very good match. Crowd went crazy. It was very loud. Dual chants was awesome. And that's perfectly fine. I don't care how the crowd reacts. Just react. No one hates heel Asuka. It's the same with heel Rhea. Yeah, it's going to be yeah, hate is a strong word. It'll be a split crowd, which is fine. But they'll definitely cheer Becky and they'll boo Rhea at times. When Becky and Rhea feud, you'll see. Like this whole narrative online that no one's gonna boo Rhea is ridiculous. They'll boo Rhea. The same way they started booing Becky Lynch, they'll boo Rhea. If you go back and watch even the Mania match with Bianca Belair at WrestleMania 38, Becky was getting booed. She had cheers, but she's getting booed too. That's just how it is. When she faces Rhea Ripley, Becky Lynch will get cheered. Becky will get some boos. It'd be all great. I cannot wait. I cannot wait for the Bianca Rhea feud. Not only because Rhea Ripley said that it'll be the greatest feud in the history of women's wrestling, but I think Triple H has been saving it for a big moment. I just want that moment to happen now so we can get to it because I think it's going to be very, very, very important for the history of I think there's going to be a time where we say post Rhea Ripley feud with Bianca and pre Rhea Ripley feud with Bianca. There'll be two different moments within the women's division. What happened before that feud and what happens after that feud. That's how important I think that feud is going to be in terms of booking, in terms of time, in terms of creative input. I think they're going to put a lot of creative juice into that feud to the point where it's going to be a big moment within the women's division and within women's wrestling. That feud, it'll be what happened before that feud, and what happened after that feud. I think it's going to be really important. Could Trish be an option for Bianca at Mania? She never said she was retired. You have to. How believable is it? Here's the problem with someone like Bianca, and some people may not like this, but how believable is it to have Bianca tussle with Trish? There's some people who just think like Bianca can just toss around, and Trish Stratus is one of them. Honestly, I'm sorry. I think Bianca Belair can. Well, now if Trish is being a heel, then it works different, right? If Trish is being a heel, she can be the heel. She can use different tactics, kind of similar to what Becky used at WrestleMania 38. Well, actually, now that I think about it, Becky didn't really do that many heelish things at WrestleMania 38 beyond like the hair grabbing. She grabbed some hair. She tried to cheat a couple times. I think I can't remember, but yeah, it's gonna be weird. I don't know about that. Yeah, she might need another Zoe, and I don't like that dynamic. I think Trish Stratus works well against Becky Lynch's, the Sasha Banks. Once you start having someone like Bianca who can like toss her around, one-on-one matches not gonna work. I think whoever you book in that match has to be ridiculously athletic to like match her athleticism, like a Trish Stratus, like a Tiffany Stratton, like par for par, toe to toe in terms of athleticism, or you go with the monster heel like Nia Jax, and Bianca can't overpower her. So someone who can match her athleticism, or someone who is just as strong, so you can't just overpower them. That's the way to go when it comes to Mania. At least right now, because you're not gonna you can't use Sasha Banks again. You can't do Asuka again. At least I wouldn't. So it has to be a monster like Nia, or a super athletic chick like Tiffany Stratton who can match her athleticism. Trish would be better than Liv though. Agreed. Because Liv would have to be a heel. And even though I think Liv Morgan should be a heel, I've been saying it for a while now that Liv Morgan needs to turn heel. But other people would disagree. Mainly Liv Morgan fans. But I think Liv Morgan would be better off as a heel in terms of winning championship gold. If Liv Morgan fans really want Liv Morgan to win the gold again, she would be better off as a heel. Someone who is use nefarious means to get the job done. Babyface or Liv is going to struggle against the Rhea Ripleys, the Bianca Belairs. heel Liv can maybe get another title run. Liv should get a heel turn to save her career. I wouldn't go that far, but I think she's gonna be stuck in the mid card or tag team division as a babyface. A heel run can get her the title again. I honestly think that. Iyo is in a group surrounded by women who are more over than her. Iyo would do good on her own, but isn't a big enough draw. But isn't a bigger draw than Bayley, Asuka, or Dakota. This is the thing that people don't want to admit about Iyo. Like I like Iyo. I think we all like Iyo. Iyo's awesome. But Iyo is not as over as people may think she is. I think she's likable. I think she's cool, obviously, but she doesn't get a reaction. She doesn't. Not on par with what people want to believe. You know, she doesn't have a reaction. Her music doesn't get a pop, right? When her music hit, there's no pop, right? There's no loud reaction. She's just, you know, a talented wrestler who people think is cute. And she's good. She's very good. But she's not getting the reactions since becoming a champion. I don't know how you fix it. I think she'd be better off in terms of getting a reaction. She would be better off as a babyface solo babyface act. Until that happens, she's gonna be damage control reactions, which is which isn't bad. But if you would have told me that not Liv Morgan, I got Liv Morgan on the mind. If you would have told me that Iyo would be champion all the way to Mania, I would have laughed in your face. Now, I kind of think it happens. I think it's gonna happen. No, she's great in the ring. Iyo is great in the ring. When she's on her day, she's great in the ring, and I think she's very good in the ring. She's very good in the ring. She's a very good wrestler. She's just not over. And unfortunately, because of again, want to keep it real. If you want to keep it real on this said internet, the fact that she's not cutting promos, she has to work harder to get like over in that regard in terms of crowd reaction because she's not cutting promos. So she's going to have to just have banger after banger after banger. But it's harder to do that when you are the heel champion who's cheating. If she were the babyface champion who's winning clean, she'd probably getting better reactions right now from the crowd because she's the heel and she's not cutting promos and she's cheating to win. Then her reaction is always going to be a little bit muted. But maybe one day when she goes to the babyface route, she'll have she'll get a bigger crowd reaction. Here's another good thing. Okay, let's see what the person said. But the ratings tell otherwise. Her matches with Asuka and Charlotte had been 200K up. And while Charlotte versus Asuka was a viewer loss. I can't speak to the Charlotte versus Asuka match because I don't remember. But I do remember that the ratings were up for Asuka versus Iyo. For Asuka versus Iyo and Iyo versus Charlotte. One thing to keep in mind, those were championship matches. So the Charlotte versus Asuka match was not a championship match. All Iyo matches obviously are championship matches because she's a champion. So that's a bump there. They're championship matches. And two, the damage control storyline is hot for the most part. I'm not saying that Iyo Sky is a bad champion or she gets no reaction. I'm just saying she's not getting the reaction that some people think she gets when she goes out there. I think she is popular. I think people like her, but she's far from Bianca or Becky or Charlotte or Asuka in terms of crowd reaction. She's below that in terms of being over, but she's part of a hot angle, and she's a champion who is good in the ring, so she is a fine enough champion as it stands. Iyo is over when the bell rings, and that's it. Backlash was a huge exception. People thought that There were people within the IWC who will remain nameless who thought that the crowd was going to turn on Bianca and Iyo was going to be. I don't know how some people get the following that they have because some of the stuff people say is just asinine. That was a special case. The very next SmackDown, literally the next SmackDown, Iyo got crickets when she came out. Crickets. And Bianca got a huge reaction. Why? Because Puerto Rico is not Texas, city in Texas, or a city in Arkansas, or a city in Alabama, or a city in Idaho, or a city in New York. Okay, it's different places. Okay, they chose to root for Iyo that night. There's no carryover. That's why you can't book off of how a crowd reacts, because there's no guarantee the crowd will continue reacting that way once you leave the area. Oh, they should call an audible. For what? Are you an idiot? Call an audible in Puerto Rico? And she goes to freaking Corpus Christi, Texas, and what happens? It's not the same situation. You can't book like that. Now, if it was happening in New York, then you can you still don't call an audible because you have a plan. I'm assuming you're someone with a plan. You have a story planned out, right? But that would make more sense than to talk about calling an audible in freaking Puerto Rico. Go to freaking France and see how they reacted to Baron Corbin. Maybe you should put a belt on Baron Corbin. Maybe he should beat Roman based on the reaction he got in France. Or, you have to be smart about this. Because Asuka is the bigger name. And she's well known. And she's had a following for many years. Iyo has many years to go before she has that type of reaction or that type of following overseas. Bianca is slowly getting there, but she's like Bianca has competed in Saudi Arabia more than anyone else. That doesn't matter. What matters is what they see on TV. And the Sashas and the Alexa Blisses and the Charlotte Flairs, they've been around for way longer. So those crowds are going to react to her more than they would an Iyo or Bianca. Now, in France, Bianca got a huge reaction in France. But then again, the dynamic and the culture is a little different in France. Like there's a lot of French speaking black folk in France. Like there's a different dynamic in France, But she got a huge reaction in France. When you go watch that video online, her reaction was big, like just as big as freaking Baron Corbin was, honestly. Let's see what else. Well, this hour has flown by. This will be like a test. I did not expect this thing to go that long. What else? What else we got here? Let me see what else text you guys got on Twitter before I head on out. If Rhea agrees, let me put it on screen, just in case. Even if Rhea agrees that what Steve's been doing is. Even Rhea agrees. Oh, yeah, okay, I gotcha. Yeah, she knows. Rhea knows. She knows. She's fully aware that her booking makes her look like a badass against the men, and the women are kind of being ignored in that regard. She knows. How could she not know, considering the amount of tweets she sees? Because she's always on Twitter, and I know she sees those tweets. I know she sees it. Everyone is always talking about her booking. She sees it all. She knows. She's fully aware of her booking. She's fully aware. Let's see. Let's see what's going on here. We're sat. Same. Do you need to have the belt on you to do those amazing things? No, she doesn't. She doesn't. But Triple H wants the belt on her, so it doesn't really matter what we want. She'll have the belt for a while. She's not losing at Mania. We have all these crazy ideas, and we're really going to have Raquel versus Bianca at Mania. Possible. If he wants to pull the trigger on heel Raquel, if you want to do that, then it's possible that we could see Raquel versus Bianca at Mania, with Bianca winning, of course. Bit is an understatement. Oh, it's my review. All right, so this was a good zero chance of what happened. Zero chance of that happens. What happens? Zero chance of what happening. At least she's aware. Keeping it real. Toss. Good old toss. Let's see what else got here. Scroll. Yeah. What else we have here? Monday Night Raw. We have 2 tag team matches. I think the women have a better chance of having a title change than the men. I think the women have a better chance. I don't care about Dasha Loomis. Sorry. Let's see. Look at this match real quick. Let's look at the Raw card. R-Truth. It's the annual Miracle on 34th Street fight tonight. That'll be fun. That'll just be one for laughs. That's going to be a fun match there. What will the World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins have to say about the challenge of Drew McIntyre at day 1? I like how the Raw is not a PLE, but it's going to be a day 1 big show, which is cool. That's going to be interesting. We'll see what Seth Rollins had to say about Drew McIntyre. This match is going to be a good match. Gunther wins. Okay, cool. Here we go. This is what I want to see. This is what I want to show right here. I think that the women have a better chance of having a title change tonight. What I would do, I'll wait until day 1 to have a rematch. I'll have Chelsea and Piper Niven retained by nefarious means, and then you do the rematch at day 1 on Raw and have them win. Life of the Party wins that. I think this is going to main event. This is going to main event. I think the Creed brothers will have a great match, but I think Judgment Day will retain. Life of the Party has an actual chance, but we'll see. I don't know yet. Do you see Rhea's comment on the booking? Yeah, I saw that. I tweeted it out. Do you see Rhea's comment on the booking of her title reign? Do you think it could be better? Yeah, I'm the one who tweeted it out earlier today. Her title reign stinks. To no fault of her own. Not her fault. Her title reign is bad. But Triple H decided we're going to get Rhea Ripley over. And we're going to do it by using the men's division. And it worked. So what can I really say? How can I really complain? He sought out to make her a overact by using the men, and it worked. Unfortunately, the women's division had to suffer. But his plan worked. So what can I really say? Her reign sucks. I'm not at all excited about the Ivy Nile match at all. I saw people saying, can anyone tell me what is Ivy Nile's best match? What is it? What's her best match in NXT? I don't know. I'm not exactly sure why everyone's so excited about the Rhea Ripley Ivy Nile match. What was her best match? I want to go look it up. Ivy Nile's best match so I can get excited for this match, because right now I'm not. I don't care about Rhea Ripley facing Ivy Nile. I don't care about Rhea Ripley facing Shayna Baszler. I don't care about Rhea Ripley facing Zoe Stark. Just give me the Becky Lynch feud already. That's the one that's going to matter. That's the one that's going to actually that's when she has to actually tell a story and break away from the men for a little bit. So let's just fast forward to that, because all these other feuds I don't really care about. Can't even name a match. Yeah, I don't know. I can't name one Ivy Nile match. So I saw the IWC acting all excited. Oh yeah, sign me up for an Ivy Now match. I'm like, what are we talking about here? What is it? Like, what's the match? 'Cause I don't see one. She didn't wrestle that much in NXT, so I'm not sure what everyone is excited about. I don't know. I don't know. Someone tell me what's her best match, and I'll look it up. Until then, those of you who can hear my voice, do me a favor, hit the like button. Just hit the like button. Boop. I want to see something. I want to see. I want to test something out. Thank you. Appreciate that. So I'm gonna be streaming more often. This was a spirit of the moment, random ass stream. I haven't actually decided how I'm going to go about streaming. I think I want to stream after every WWE show, so probably tomorrow after Raw. Probably Saturday after SmackDown. And yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. What's her best match? Oh, she had a match in Lyra? Okay. I'll check that out on YouTube. To see how it is. Because people are hyping it up, and I don't really see what they're talking about. I mean, it's Ivy now. As you guys can see, I can talk wrestling forever. This hour just flew by. Oh, here it is. NXT. 8 months ago. March 21st. I'll watch that match. We'll see if it's any good. Let's see. What else? Before I sign out here, is there anything else I need to talk about? Do you guys have any questions beyond what we've already talked about? I know right now the Mania matches are the hot topic. Like, what's going to be the Mania matches? That's kind of what everyone's kind of talking about right now. Because we're basically in Rumble season, and when you're in Rumble season, you're in Mania season. So let's see. I could talk about Asuka forever. I'll tell you exactly how I feel about that match once I watch it. So do you guys think that so you guys think Sasha Banks or Mercedes Moné, however you want to say it, do you think she's coming back before Mania? I think she's going to come back before Mania. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised because Julia's contract. Oh wait. Julia, she's going to be in NXT. Never mind. But I think Sasha Banks will return to help Bayley either at Mania or the lead up to Mania, for sure. Correct. I agree with this. I think she teams up with Bayley at Mania. Agreed. I think Bayley's going to need some backup because Io's going to have Asuka, Kyrie, maybe even Dakota, depending on how it goes. And Bayley's going to be all alone because she's not going to get help from Bianca, I don't think. They could do a storyline where she tries to reach out to Bianca and like apologizing for all her bullshit. And then Bianca's like, okay, I'll help you. But I don't think that's going to work. I think Sasha Banks is going to come back and help Bayley, and Bayley will beat Iyo for the title. And I think Julia is going to NXT because it's hard enough to move to a new country and be on the road. So she's going to settle down in Orlando, and then she'll have some matches in NXT. Kind of do this, kind of similar to what Dragon Lee did. Have a short run in NXT and then move up to the main roster. But NXT was good for Iyo. It was good for Asuka, and it'll be good for Julia. She's gonna have I think she's gonna have a good run. If she comes, she's gonna have a very good run in NXT, learning the WWA, learning how to wrestle the WWA, and then she'll move up to the main roster within like 8 to 12 months, I think. Just subscribed. Oh, thanks, man. Just subscribed days ago, and I'm interested in what I've been seeing from. Let's try to read that again. I just subscribed days ago, and I'm interested in what I've been seeing from here as I see Mercedes helping Bayley in the Rumble. I agree. I think that's the way to go. Mercedes will help Bayley out, and Bayley will beat Iyo. Whatever, toss, man. However you want to say it, toss, okay? Well, however you want to say it. NXT wasn't good for Asuka. Asuka was good for NXT. Sure. Okay, fine. I agree. No, she got nothing out of NXT, right? Nothing. No benefit, nothing. No title reign, no longest reign, no good matches, nothing. No benefit to Asuka whatsoever, right? Okay. But I hear you. I know how you are with Asuka. I'm not going to say anything else. I hear you, though. I hear you. Do you think with the Charlotte injury, they'll do Bianca versus Iyo at Mania, then do Sasha besides Bayley versus the Kabuki Warriors at Mania? That is a possibility. The IWC will be upset, but who gives a damn about them, you know? It's possible. Do I think it's going to happen? Do I think it's likely? No. If anything, it'll be Bianca and Sasha versus the Kabuki Warriors, and Bayley will get that match because we've already seen. No, the Charlotte injury changes everything. It really does. We very well could get Bianca versus Iyo. We could. It's a possibility. I could see Sasha versus Bayley. I could see Sasha and Bayley taking on the Kabuki Warriors. I could see that. And I could see Bianca versus Iyo. It's possible. Do I think it's likely? No, but it's possible, yes. If they want Bianca Belair to have another win, so here's the thing. Here's the potential problem with that. The potential problem. Bianca beat Sasha at 37. She beat Becky at 38. She beat Asuka at 39. And she beats Iyo at 40, all in title matches. That's 4 straight title matches. I think this is the year to take a break from the title matches with Bianca. That way, she's fresh in the mind's eye when she chases Rhea. That's why I would say I wouldn't do it, but it's very possible. Yes, it's possible, but I would not do it. If it were up to me, I wouldn't do it. Bayley versus Iyo for the title should happen at Mania. I agree. I heard the big reason why Mercedes is returning is because the ties to Punk. So there's a rumor out there that she was mad about how Punk was fired. I don't know if that's possible, if that's true. I know she is close to Punk. I know her and Bayley both like Punk a lot. If that is the case, that's kind of hilarious that she was mad that you fired Punk. That's why she's not going. But I think Tony Storm. Well, Tony Storm is champion in AEW. But I think the way Tony Khan has booked AEW over the years, and I think how he invited Sasha Banks to All In, and there was one women's match less than 9 minutes. I think he screwed himself. I don't think she's going there. I don't think she ever was. Whatever she was doing in AEW is going to be like a Forbidden Door kind of thing, like a one-off or two-off. She was never going to sign an exclusive 3-year deal with AEW. That was never going to happen. Bianca is the next taker. I agree. Well, the next taker in respect that she's going to have a Mania streak. And I think it's going to last for a while because I think they're invested in it. I really do. Bianca versus Rhea is going to be happening before Bianca versus Charlotte. I agree. This was the time. Now I think Bianca versus Charlotte got to put it off for 2-3 years. It was going to be Bianca versus Charlotte last year. Didn't happen. It's going to be Bianca versus Charlotte this year. Didn't happen. Now it has to be Bianca versus Charlotte down the line because you can't keep putting off the Bianca Rhea feud. Rhea is hot. She's the dominant heel. You need the big bad babyface now to step up, and that's Bianca. So Charlotte, she's gonna come back 9 months from now. Honestly, considering the injury, ACL, meniscus, and MCL, I think Charlotte should come back at the Rumble. It's a full-on year. Do you think? Yes. Yes, I do. I think Rollins is coming back for sure. If Becky leaves, it'll be because she's going to Hollywood, not because she's going anywhere else. They're both lifers in the WWE. Rollins he's gonna get the main event WrestleMania night 1 with CM Punk, and Becky's gonna get her match with Rhea at Mania. They're both gonna be happy. Becky got a hell of a run. She had to go down to NXT, win the title. She has this Nia Jax feud. She got to wrestle Trish Stratus. They've given Becky plenty. If she doesn't resign, it's going to be because she's going to Hollywood. And Seth Rollins is for sure going to resign. They're not going anywhere in terms of wrestling promotions. I can see them going to Hollywood maybe, but in terms of wrestling, no, they'll stay in WWE for sure. For sure. Okay. Oh, I gotta be up for Monday Night Raw tonight. All right. I think, hour for him. I think that's gonna do it. All right, guys, folks, gals, IWC. That was fun. I think this came off well. I think the stream looks fine. I think the audio was cool. I will do this again probably tomorrow, depending on what happens on Raw. As you guys can tell, I have a soft spot for the women because I like the women's division, but I also talk about the men's division as well. So we'll see what happens tonight. It should be fun. We may have new tag team champions tonight for the men or in the women. Probably the women, maybe the women, not the men. I don't think the men, no, but the women is possible. We'll see what Ivanal does with Rhea Ripley, if they advance the story in an interesting way at all. I don't think it's going to be that interesting, but we'll see. Becky Lynch versus Nia Jax. We'll see what angle they do tonight. So it's funny because I think Becky Lynch, her stories are always the top stories within the women's division, not Rhea, if you noticed. It's always Becky. Whether it's Becky versus Trish, whether it's Becky versus Zoe, whether it's Becky versus who's the last person she just feuded with? Whether it's Becky versus Nia Jax, her stories are the top stories in the women's division. Even Xia Li, to a certain extent. Rhea, only the Raquel feud felt like it was the top, but Becky's stories are the top of the division. So once we get Becky versus Rhea, then that's when Rhea will have her real actual feud, because Becky will actually force it. She's a storyteller here. She's gonna tell the story that will get us invested in the Rhea Becky Lynch match. I have all the confidence in the world in Becky Lynch, and that'll be fun. So yeah, Nia Jax, Becky, Drew McIntyre, Seth, tag titles. What is CM Punk gonna say? Because he's gonna be there, right? It should be an interesting Raw. It should be a fun Raw. Becky's already outshining Rhea. Well, within the women's division for sure. But the aura, right? The Rhea Ripley aura. I hate that word. All right, guys, gals, folks, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you guys later. And by later, I mean on Twitter, because I'm going right over to Twitter anyway, so you can message me on Twitter next. All right, guys. See you later. In stream now.